insists the so-called humanitarians were more like a lynch mob. The question is, can Israel back up its claims? Joining us now is the Israeli Minister of Public Affairs, Yuli Edelstein. Good to talk to you tonight. So, Israel insists that its soldiers were attacked and responded appropriately. And certainly when we look at that video, that Nightscope video, somebody is getting the tar beaten out of them. We see one soldier apparently being thrown overboard right there as well. But then the activists claim the fact that Israeli soldiers rappelled down to the ship and had some sort of weapon with them. I think they were paintball guns that they were holding out, but also had sidearms. That was an attack. So who did attack first?
Well, first of all, the facts are that there were 6 ships. 5 out of 6, I mean, there was violence still. No one got a hero's welcome there. But the level of violence was such that soldiers could perform their mission without, definitely without shooting the firearms, without any extra violence on their side. At the 6th ship, apparently, there was a very well-trained group of people. They are definitely not peace activists. They were a gang carrying axes, knives, baseball bats, and so on. Some of them apparently guns, because one of the soldiers was wounded with a gun that is not an Israeli IDF gun. So the soldiers were brutally attacked. We saw the pictures. The whole world sees the pictures. They had to react. I mean, the soldiers felt in immediate danger.
Well, let's talk about this weapon. Was that a weapon for personal protection? Was it a weapon that was part of a smuggling operation? What do you think it was?
I think, I don't know what kind of protection, whom to protect themselves from, but it was not about smuggling in weapons, though we do have proof that there were weapons and some ammunition on the ships. I think that the idea of the Hamas supporters was to really show that they are able to break the siege, to break the blockade, and to bring things in without being inspected by the Israelis.
So what was the intelligence that was used to plan this operation, and what evidence was there that there was any reason to go on board these ships? And could have you used some other method to intercept these ships, maybe stringing nets to foul up the propellers as opposed to rappelling down onto the deck, which prompted this confrontation in this one particular ship?
John, we were not looking for specific evidence about one of these ships. There is a blockade on the Gaza Strip. No one's enjoying it. But in order to protect our citizens, and I would say the Palestinians themselves, we have to inspect and control things going into Gaza. Unfortunately, the immediate past history teaches us when there is no control, Hamas gets weapons and ammunition and shoot.
But Mr. Minister, was there a different way to stop these ships than to do what we're seeing here with the soldiers rappelling down from a helicopter?
I mean, there are definitely different violent ways. I mean, we could not send one single soldier and, God forbid, just torpedo the ships or anything of the kind.
No. I mean,
Israel never does this.
I mean, could you, again, have strung nets to foul the propellers, used your ships to keep them at bay, some other way?
Probably, and IDF is right now thoroughly checking what exactly happened. We definitely express sorrow about the loss of any human lives, even the lives of people who definitely were there for the purpose of provocation and are definitely not the peace activists. They are Hamas supporters, which is very different. But we are trying to make sure that next time when an attempt of that kind happens, we will seriously prepare ourselves for trying to stop all these ships without using unnecessary.
Because they say they're going to do it again. Some of these activists have gone on Twitter and said, "We will not stop. We will go again."
We heard.
So what will the response be next time?
The response, once again, the response is very clear. The policy hasn't changed. We have nothing to apologize for.
No, but are you going to rappel down into the ships, or will you use different methods?
I can't go into describing the specific methods. We'll do everything in our power. By the way, we did this time everything in our power to be nonviolent. We offered the Turkish government to transfer all the goods into the Gaza Strip after the inspection. By the way, John, as we speak, the goods are already in the Gaza Strip, transferred by the Israelis. The same offer came from Egypt.
Right.
The organizers said loud and clear they are not interested in humanitarian aid. They are interested in bringing the message of breaking the siege.
But at the same time, 9 people are dead and a lot of questions being asked. Yuli Edelstein, good to talk to you tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Still ahead, a lot more on the disaster in the Gulf of Mexico, including new developments concerning that damaged riser the BP was trying to cut in the latest effort to plug this leak. Now, one of America's most celebrated political couples suddenly calls it quits. What went wrong?